Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm currently in the process of cooking a breakfast casserole, so I only have like 30 minutes to film this makeup look today, but we are going to do our best using some really cute makeup. So I actually did a makeup look with this little bear and I did not film it, so I'm gonna use this again today and actually film the content for you guys. So, you know, I actually have proof I did something and I know what I'm doing. And I did style my hair today really cute. Did our little buns and then these cute little butterfly clips. I'm gonna start with my Florence by Mills Zero Chill Face Mist. That stuff is so nice, you guys. And we're also gonna take my Wet n Wild Passion Session Primer Base Serum to just give ourselves, look at that, look at the drip. Literally the drip. Give ourselves a nice glow. My cooking video is going to be on my main channel for those of y'all who want to watch it. And then I do have some lip oil on from earlier. I used this Hello Kitty strawberry lip oil from the cream shop. And it has like a little light baby pink look to it. So now we have a solid base to do our makeup. I've been really feeling like the super icy 2000s-ish makeup vibes. I feel like most of the time I still do my makeup like it's 2016, because that was like, to me, the height of makeup and beauty gurus. They were popping in 2016, and that was just so happens to be the time I was learning how to do my makeup. So I feel like my makeup is always like circa that era / time period. Can we blame me though? Okay, this is my Beauty Blender Redo Set and Refresh Spray. So I'm just gonna spray this on my beauty blender to blend in my concealer, which I forgot to show y'all. I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is one of my favorite and most complimented concealer, I would say too. Like, it's honestly great quality concealer, and it's probably like only 10 bucks, I want to say. I really need to clean the mirror. This freaking mirror that I use, the crazy thing is I have a whole like lighted mirror that I'm not even using right now because I have so much. Let me just quickly show y'all my beauty desk or my beauty setup. So there is so much already on my desk that I feel like adding my lighted mirror would just like complicate things a little bit. So I really haven't used it, but I really need to start because it helped me. It's better than this one basically, and helped me actually see everything. Okay, for brows today, we're gonna use our Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is the really thin one. I need to get my eyebrows done. I just have literally been not in the mood to do it. So it's kind of my own problem. But yeah, I'm trying to really be put more effort and energy into all of my videos and all of the content that I post across my 4 YouTube channels, you guys. And it's kind of funny because I feel like each one of my channels is like, they're really well integrated, but they each still have like very unique, or like they reach very different audiences. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but like my main channel, I feel like, is probably majority females. It's primarily women who watch those videos, but then on like my vlog channel, there's like seemingly more men. I get more comments from men on my vlog channel, and also my second channel. And then my beauty channel is obviously more crafted for girls, or just people who are interested in makeup looks. But anywho, I just feel like I really do draw a variety of audiences, which is nice. Also, I think it's a really good thing I talk a lot, because I feel like that keeps people entertained when watching my videos, because I've noticed, you know, you have to really engage people a lot on YouTube or they're gonna lose interest. And usually talking about myself isn't that much fun, but I mean, sometimes just watching people do makeup is enough entertainment. Like, I like just watching, but if they're also talking about something super interesting, it just makes it that much better. So we're gonna talk about Zanab and Cole on Love is Blind, because I literally made so many videos about them and how Cole got villainized for just telling the truth / being brutally honest, and how it wasn't fair, how they tried to paint him out to be this monster, this horrible human being who was just mean and unkind, the way Zanab tries to tell her side of things. And I just feel like Zanab owes Cole an apology, and she honestly owes every person who watched Love is Blind an apology for her very extreme manipulation tactics she used to villainize Cole and victimize herself, whilst actually being the toxic one in that relationship. And I said what I said. I know a lot of people probably aren't gonna agree with me about this one, but you know, it's just something I feel like too many people will blindly support someone just because of their phenotypic traits. And what I mean that, just because she's a woman, just because she's a minority, like just because someone is a woman and a minority doesn't mean they're always right, doesn't mean they can do no wrong. And I'm so tired of people villainizing someone or always wanting to support the minority regardless of how disgusting their behavior is. And I'm all about, you know, one, I don't care who or what you do, your sexual orientation, it doesn't matter, but how you treat people and your character says more about you than any of those other characteristic traits. And if you treat people like crap, I don't care that you are a gay, bisexual, trans, whatever, minority woman. And I might get canceled for saying this, but I feel like woke culture is pretty toxic. And I used to, well, I was never super heavily involved, but I was definitely influenced by it a lot. And now that I'm older, I realize how like the entire woke community is just hands down toxic. and they pretty much just thrive off of being victims all the time. And so Zanab, used her minority status, the fact that she's a woman, and oh, he hates fat people. She's not fat, by the way. Like, she was just insecure about her own self. And like I said, I can agree Cole's comments didn't necessarily help, but also he was not the reason she was insecure. Homegirl was insecure prior to ever meeting him, and it showed the minute they stepped out of the pods. And she started talking about how, oh, do you still like me with makeup? How attractive am I compared to all these other girls? Like, she was basically begging him to compare her. And when he was honest and said, Colleen's the type of girl that I usually date. Like, she's what I'm usually attracted to. And she got butthurt from that. Which, it's like, I get it, but he was being honest with her when she asked her to pretty much, she asked for it, and he was just honest. And here's the thing, I think, like, women are used to lying to protect other people's feelings. Like, women lie probably more often than men in order to protect that person's feelings, but men don't really think like that or do those things. Excuse me. So when Zanab asked that question, Cole was not finna lie to protect her feelings, because that's just not how men think. They're just like, oh, she asked a question, I'm gonna answer it honestly. And I mean, sometimes men learn to lie with age, but it's like obviously, it's like, it's somewhat of a good quality to, be sensitive to someone else's feelings. But she asked for his honest whatever, and he told her, and she got upset. So it's like, there was probably nothing Cole could have said, because again, she already had her guard up when Cole said, that Colleen was his usual type. It's not even like he said Zanab was ugly. He just said, like, she's not usually the type of girl that he goes for. And I think the fact that he was still, like, 100% committed to marrying her shows that he wasn't honestly that superficial. Here's my other hot take. Okay, I'm getting really excited now. So my other hot take, okay, we're using Sephora's Micro Smooth Powder. I freaking love this stuff. It sets my makeup really, 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 really well. Okay, my other hot take is that Zanab was the superficial one and not Cole, and here's why. Zanab was the one constantly bringing up looks, constantly bringing up the appearance. She was way more shallow than Cole ever was, and she'll try for the rest of her life to try to paint it like Cole was the shallow one. But at the end of the day, Cole said, I'm still marry you even though you're not the person that I would usually go for. Like, I love other things about you more than that. And it's just like, she was the one who needed him to be like, you're the most attractive woman I've ever seen in my life, in order for her to feel like the relationship was gonna last. And I feel like that is because she puts so much value on her appearance. Also, throughout the entirety of the show, she was always focused on her appearance. Oh, I'm going for this sort of look. Like, I'm trying to give it safari vibes. Like, I have to be dressed and look my best all the time. So she has always come off as being very, very much so obsessed with her own appearance, which, I mean, that could be for a number of reasons. It could be from an insecurity, but it's also like she was way more focused on her appearance than Cole ever was, and I don't like that they were trying to act like Cole was the one who was like, oh, you need to look a certain way, because he never did that. She did that to herself. and then tried to act like it was because of Cole. It was like, no, you were the one constantly hounding him about how you looked. Do you still like me if I don't wear makeup? And like, you kept bringing up the things or your appearance, and then acting like Cole was the shallow one when he hardly was saying anything about it. And I feel like she sought a lot of validation for her physical appearance. Like, I feel like she's probably the type of woman who needs constant reassurance of how she looks. Like, she needs to be told constantly, like, oh, you're so pretty. And I just don't think Cole is the type of man who's gonna do that, because I don't think Cole's actually the shallow person. Like, I feel like Bartisse was that shallow person. He was the one constantly talking about looks and how he was so attractive and how him and Raven should have been the ones who together they looked like they would go together in the real world. Like, Bartisse was the superficial shallow one, not Cole. And then I'm like, they really, I didn't even watch the full reunion, by the way. I'm kind of just reacting to the few clips that I saw, but also like the entirety of the show. Bartisse was the superficial shallow one who could not marry, I forgot this girl's names already, I'm so sorry. It starts with the N. Nancy, who didn't want to marry Nancy because she wasn't his type physically. Cole was still marrying Zanab regardless, not even concerned about her physical appearance. So again, the two shallowest people on the show were Zanab and Bartisse. It just was differently portrayed. Zanab was overly concerned about her own appearance. Bartisse was overly concerned about Nancy's appearance. So again, I really feel like Cole needs an apology. And I also think the reason that so many people stood up for Cole is because the way Zanab humiliated him at the wedding. Like, he was seriously ready to marry this girl, and all she wanted to do was put him down because she couldn't get over the fact that he didn't tell her she was a 10 and didn't make her, quote unquote, even though he apologized, even though he continued to say like his attraction to her was more than ever and that he really wanted to be with her. And I honestly feel like Cole deserved better than Miss Zanab. And I think he will find better. Zanab needs to go to therapy. She needs to work on loving herself completely, not putting all of her value into her outer appearance. She needs to love the person she is on the inside first, and also let that come into her loving the person she is on the outside as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like being so focused on your own appearance is never going to be healthy. It's gonna create insecurities. And so that's, I think, the part that I recognize. It was like her being so focused on her appearance that made her insecure to begin with. Because if you don't value the person you are on the inside and you're trying to get all of your validation from outward beauty, you're never gonna feel good enough. That's something I had to learn for myself. Trying to be secure, I would never feel secure in myself if I was basing it entirely off of my physical appearance. Like, looking good on the outside is great and all, and I think I work in the beauty / cosmetic industry. I do hair and makeup, and part of what I do, like, the reason I like to do it is I like to help people feel like their best selves and look their best and feel their best. And when you put effort into looking your best, it really does help you also feel that way. on the inside. But what Zanab wanted is someone who is going to fill the hole she felt, or emptiness she felt about her outward appearance, her physical appearance. She did not feel good about herself on the outside, and she needs the validation from other people. So, okay, I think my stuff is done. I'll be right back. I have 10 more minutes because my stuff is almost done and I'm talking too much. So let's get into our cute little, oh my gosh, bare makeup. So yesterday I did more like I think I'm just gonna go for something light today. So this is what I like to put in my crease. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It's kind of hard to do a makeup look and talk about stuff, but we're doing our best, you guys. So anyways, my argument is that Zanab was way more superficial and shallow than Cole was. She projected that onto him and then tried to make him seem like he was this horrific villain who was overly concerned about her appearance when really it was her. She was overly concerned about her appearance and the whole entire time. And again, I say, yes, Cole could have said some of his comments better. But at the same time, Zanab asked him to do it. And she even says that in the show. Maybe it's my fault for asking you to do it. And yes, girl, don't ask a question you don't want to know the answer to. And again, the real hate, the way people treated Cole was how they should have came for Bartisse, which Bartisse did get the hate that he deserved. And I think he was a little bit, I feel like, okay, I watched Bartisse's after the show interview, after the reunion, and he like kind of addresses the Cole thing, but he tries to make it seem like him and Cole were like on the exact same level of, you know, how they treated their woman. I'm like, Bartisse, you are 10 times worse than Cole. And he was like, well, yeah, at the reunion, I wasn't trying to defend myself. You know, I just accepted it and took it. I was like, well, yeah, that's because you were actually trashed to Nancy the entire time. Everyone there was already, like, you were deservedly getting all that hate, unlike Cole. And so to me, like, how he, like, I don't know, I just didn't, oh my gosh, when did I do that? Y'all, what the heck? Did I accidentally swipe something on my eye? Because I'm like, why do I have that stuff here? Okay, but I didn't like how Bartisse was like pretending like Cole was equally as bad as he was, and how, you know, well, people didn't come for me as hard because I wasn't defending myself. I just, you know, I was just like agreeing. I was like, but they also didn't nearly come for you the way they went for Cole, because Nancy had all this energy for Cole but didn't have none for you when you were the one who literally didn't marry Nancy because you didn't think she was attractive enough. While Cole got his freaking heart broken and got literally torn to shreds at his own wedding by his fiance at the time. So yeah, I just feel like I didn't really like appreciate what he had to say in his after show interview. I found it to be kind of fake and a little bit like he came off like he was trying to be, I don't know, he was just like pretending like he was on the exact same level of badness as Cole was, and I just don't think Cole was even as bad as Bartisse, as far as how brutally Bartisse was like, oh yeah, Raven's so attractive, like I could see me and her together in the real world. Cole really just said that actually Cole said Raven and Colleen were 10s, and I really think after Zanab heard that, she knew she didn't want to be with him because she wouldn't want a guy. I mean, I get that. I don't think they should have been together at the end of the day, but I also think Jenna should have been left instead of stringing this man along, because I feel like Cole was still actually interested in continuing the relationship, and Zanab was already checked out after his comment, or yeah, after he didn't rate her a 10. At the end of the day, it's like, I understand you want your husband to find you, like you would want your husband to find you very attractive and probably want you to be the most attractive person to them, but I mean, you can't, let's be honest, there's someone out there that is probably more attractive than you, and you can't put all of your self-worth, you can't build it around your physical appearance. Like, okay, I might not be the most attractive person to my husband in the world, but if you at least find him attractive and they find you attractive, I feel like that's good. That's really all that you really need from someone. Like, I'm sure even if my husband isn't the most attractive person I've ever seen, I still, as long as I'm attracted to him, that's all that matters. And Cole said he was attracted to her still. It's not like he rated her a 5. He said, you're a 9, but I don't know. I guess I can't really defend. I can, like, I'm trying to kind of defend that one, but that one's a little harder to defend. Cole should have just not. He really should have just not said anything. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Or if he rated her, like, the pity 10. Well, you're a 10 too, babe. Like, that's what he should have said, but Cole's not smart like that. Literally. I wanted to be like, Cole, don't respond to that. Like, just, no. But he kind of did dig himself in a hole with that one. So, I feel like that's my pretty much my take on Love is Blind. Which I've made a lot of extensive videos about now. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. I feel like I'm kind of creating the I'm cold makeup look, but I didn't really do it as extreme as I could have. But we are gonna do a little icy white. I was supposed to make the I'm cold TikTok challenge video, and I keep forgetting, so well, at least I got this. Okay, and I'm gonna take my unicorn heart highlighter. We're gonna take the white And I didn't show what I put on top of my lips, so I just put on lip oil on top of my already lip oil. Okay, my stuff is done. Gotta get my stuff out the oven. And then we're gonna set our makeup. This Jeffree Star Morphe setting spray is literally almost gone, but there's still a little spray left. And it's my favorite because it smells like strawberries. So yeah, that's my makeup look. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.